So I am recording right now for Academy members to view later. What I want to do actually with this meeting, and if you jump on, please say hi. I know we do have a couple of Academy students here that we're looking to jump on this and hopefully participate. So I would love for you, if you can, to actually say hi in the chat as we go through this training today. This is going to be how to use Zoom with Facebook Live and YouTube Live. So what I'm going to do actually is share my, I don't know if I can even share my screen per se on this, probably not. But what I want to do is actually try to launch this on Facebook Live itself. And that'll be the next step we do here. Let me try to get this set up on their end. And let's go to a page that I am doing, and that's John Schumacher. And let's go live and see what actually happens when we do this. If you join me from the Academy or from anywhere else, if you're having any issues, well, I guess this is just a big experiment. We'll just say that. So if you are watching this, it doesn't look like there's anyone on yet. Hopefully people are getting access to it okay. I just had to get through my own phone here. Looks like we're streaming on Facebook Live as well right now. So let's see how this looks. Again, this is just a big old experiment right now. Let me go over to my Facebook page. And actually, there it is. There it is. So it's going to be a little bit delayed, but let me show you all what I'm seeing right now. So let me pull this, we'll just leave it here as it is. Let me pull up my screen share function. And let's actually look at what this looks like here. So let's see how this looks on my Facebook page itself. So this is my Facebook page. Inside, this is johnschumacher.com's Facebook page. So here I am live streaming from Zoom. Looks like a nice little Zoom screen here in the corner. And now I just, again, went screen share option there. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Looks like I can stream live there. Now let's see how it does as I share this now. So with Facebook Live, they apparently had some terms and conditions changes where they don't want you multicasting to multiple areas at one time. I think you can use something, what is it called? Live chat. I just looked at it earlier. But there are third-party softwares that will allow you to actually multicast, so to speak, to multiple pages and groups at once. Facebook apparently isn't liking that anymore. And so what I'm going to try to do is to sort of work around here where I actually go from my page, and then what we're going to do is share this. And we're going to share this to a group of mine. So I can come up to the top here, and I can actually share this in a group. So if it's a closed group, you can't share out of the group, it looks like. But if you start with your fan page, which I'm just screaming on my fan page now, and then I'm going to type in Webinar Mastery Academy, and we can put in a title here, Demo of Zoom and Facebook Live. And what we'll do is just post that in the actual group. So if we go over to the Webinar Mastery group, which I will head over to right now. Let me see how this is doing here. This is all an experiment, by the way, for me, so pardon me if I'm stumbling a little bit here. Yeah, let's get rid of that there. So here it is inside of the Webinar Mastery group as well. It looks like I'm broadcasting live in that group as well. So let's pull that up. Let's just go to the actual group and actually see. Here it is, demo of Zoom and Facebook Live together. So that's pretty cool. Got a couple people you can see with one viewer watching this. I really didn't promote this at all. So we're just, again, seeing how this works. Cool. So then I can go back over to my fan page again. So this is on John Schumacher, my fan page. And I can go back and share that same post in another group. And so this is a little bit of a wonky workaround. I'm not sure if this would be, how feasible this would be. This would be more for, let's say an education-based sort of webinar where you're just looking to share kind of a show. But let's say I share it with my All Access Pass groups, demo for Zoom and Facebook Live. And what we'll do here, and you can put links in this, all kinds of stuff. what we'll do is we'll actually just post that in that group now. And so if we go over to that group, which is the Webinar Mastery Academy All Access Pass members who bought the pass during the recent summit, it looks like there I am, right? And so I'm now streaming in that group as well. Let's do one more group, and then I want to move over to YouTube and then talk a little bit more about the behind the scenes of how I actually set this up. And also check to see who's here on the actual Zoom platform itself. This is my first kind of multicasting attempt here with Zoom. One more share here. And the reason why I'm using this or looking to do this is because I want to do more live videos. I want to teach more on live video like Facebook Live and YouTube Live. But I don't want, I want to have the actual interface that Zoom provides. And so Zoom allows you to screen share like I'm doing now. It allows you to use whiteboards, which I'll show off in a moment. I like to teach, right? And so I'm not a huge fan of the talking head video kind of format, especially if you're teaching something like me, like online business and things like that. I like to be able to actually teach through like tools like screen share, like let me show you, and like a whiteboard, let me diagram this for you, those type of things. So let's see, demo for Zoom and Facebook Live. We'll share that to a group. It looks like you can share it to an event or another page or on your own timeline. A little bit wonky here. I have to admit, it's definitely a little bit wonky. But you know, it's sort of the workaround. Again, I mentioned this earlier. It looks like Facebook, from what I've heard from others who are, you know, in this space, Facebook has changed their terms and conditions a little bit with actually allowing you to multicast to different groups through a third party. So I know there's certain softwares that will allow you to syndicate your Facebook stream and actually go across multiple groups. So here we are inside the Academy. It looks like we're not running too far behind in the lag here. So this is now streaming in 3 groups that I run and my fan page, all through Zoom. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let me come off of screen share for a moment and show off a little bit of the actual, other tools you can do. So screen share is one of them. You can do whiteboard screen sharing. So let me show you that and make sure that's coming across okay on all the platforms. Let's get rid of that. So this is pretty cool, right? I mean, you can actually, you know, draw shapes on this, and so you can teach, you know, if you're liking this sort of model. So let's say we wanted to like do a diagram of like a few different web pages and stuff like that. You know, we can put different boxes on here. You know, we can do text. So we can say, you know, like this is your landing page. This is your landing page, you know, so we can have like text diagrams here, you know, amongst different things. You know, here's your thank you page, you know, so we can do like different demos and things like on an actual whiteboard video, which is kind of cool. We can draw, you know, on it. We can change the fonts, you know, the font to black, you know, we can change the fonts, all those type of things on here. You know, again, we can draw, we can spotlight things, you know, we can draw on here to demonstrate certain processes and things that we want to do. Zoom also lets you hook in your iPad. You can use like Aircast to hook in your iPad and have like a stylus pen and draw through programs that are available on your iPad and things like that. So pretty cool feature there. Let's see how this looks. Looks like it was coming through okay on my Facebook stream. So that's pretty cool, right? You can actually teach and do things with Zoom. I can either remove my live video in the corner, or I can actually just teach and draw through that as well too. So pretty cool tool. I like how that looks on Facebook Live. I'm kind of checking it out right now with all of you. And that looks pretty neat. Pretty neat. Looks like I'm watching the replay here. Let's see how that looks. So it looks like for whatever reason, that screen went away. So what I'm going to do is actually stop screen sharing. Actually come back on screen here. We're still trying to figure this out a little bit. Let's see here. I don't know if anyone else has actually seen me in the Zoom room itself. I want to check this out because I want to see how this is going here. Let's see who's seen this. Mike Hoff. Let's see here. I might have people join me if possible in the Zoom room. I'll show you the back end of Zoom here in just a moment. I was supposed to invite a few Academy members. I don't know if they're not. It doesn't look like they've shown up. Let me go ahead and re-invite, those that are here and see how this goes. So what I'm going to actually do is let me share my screen again so you can see what I'm doing. Again, little wonky here. Let me share my screen so you can see what I see. All right, so I'm going to re-invite the Academy members here into the actual webinar and see how this goes. So let's actually just post this, please. We'll see how many people are actually available. We did have a few people sign up for it, so I was wondering, I had a little bit of trouble actually accessing the Zoom room from my phone, but it actually went through fine. Please join me here. If you want to join, see Zoom. Let's see here. Let's see how that actually goes through. This is a paid group that I run here. Looks like we are streaming fine there. All right, so that is, I might have to figure out the access thing. I'll have to talk and see if people were able to get on or what. But that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So what I want to do now is I'm going to try to actually go through YouTube Live as well. So what I'm going to do is stop sharing for a moment. And it doesn't look like anyone's getting themselves on the actual webinar itself. From the Zoom end, I see a few people through Facebook Live. It's interesting. So I'll have to check that out. I didn't really invite a lot of people to this training, just a few customers and things. So we'll have to see if they're getting in okay. But let me try to actually share this. And I can't really show you this, but within Zoom, well, it doesn't look like you can do more than one stream at once. So it looks like it has to be either Facebook or YouTube Live. So this is, again, an experiment for me. I guess I would have to stop the live stream on Facebook and actually go over to YouTube Live. So looks like within Zoom's package, I cannot do both at the same time, which I did not know. So I can't do both, it looks like. I have to stop the live stream, it looks like, which would stop all of you wonderful people from Facebook watching to actually see what this looks like on your end. So that's part of the issue there. So this doesn't look like I can multicast into both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I'll have to note that in the actual use of this program. So anyway, well, let's see here. I'm on Facebook. Can I go on? I can stop the stream. I can view the stream on Facebook. I can copy streaming link. Interesting. Copy streaming link, and I could probably paste that somewhere. We'll see. I could paste that somewhere, possibly on a page or something like that. Oh, we got some comments down here. Oh, that is working well. I see the Zoom logo on your Facebook screen. Can you post a Zoom login? Thanks for doing this, John. You bet. Yeah. So here's some comments over here. Let me pull those up. Yep, you can see the Zoom logo on the side here. And the cool thing is you can use Zoom's teaching tools to actually educate folks, which is what I'm kind of looking to do. So it looks like this is going to work well. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing people who actually signed up for the Zoom webinar itself through their own platform. I don't see anybody on here yet. So I only had about, I think, 6 or 7 people that were signed up for it for this particular demo, but I thought maybe a couple of them would come, but we'll see. If anyone's watching this, can you please try to sign up and join the webinar itself? Let me share my screen. I'm going to share the webinar link as well, just because I want to make sure that people can get into the actual webinar itself. So thanks for everybody for the nice comments. Yeah, that's working well. Yeah, look, and again, it doesn't look like I can do both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Let me post the Zoom login again. So you're going to have to sign up for the Zoom webinar. So what this is right here is the Zoom link. It costs $55 total per month to have 100 attendees. So it's a little bit more expensive, so to speak. Looks like we're getting a few comments on a few of these different streams. Let me make sure I get back to the right place here now. Here we go. So please, Kim or Denise or someone, please sign up here and actually try to join me. And then I want to show everybody the back end as well of Zoom and kind of what it looks like and how I actually set this up to, because you can actually, there are ways to gather email addresses from Zoom logins and things like that. And you need Zapier for some of those integrations. I can show you Zapier in a minute too, but anyway, please someone try to come through the actual Zoom login link itself and actually register for the webinar. Looks like we had 7 people registered. You know, I just, again, had a few people in one of my paid groups sign up, but I'm not seeing anybody on my end, like who's actually in the Zoom webinar itself. I see people on Facebook. So again, I had a little bit of an issue. It seemed like logging in for my phone. So let me try this. Let me actually try to log in again through my phone and see what's happening and why people don't seem to be getting on. So this is a Zoom link. It seems like I'm having an error message. I wonder if it's because I changed the time, possibly. But it seems like people are having an error message, unfortunately, you know, with this. And so it looks like I'm getting an error message. I think something didn't go right when it came to actually setting up, because I actually put 10 p.m. instead of 10 a.m. So I changed that. I don't know if that screwed up the actual link. Probably did, I guess. But what I did do is resend the link somewhere to myself, and it seemed to work okay. So what I want to do is resend the link again. So what I want to do is share screen. Again, this is all a big old messy experiment before I try to use this at a larger scale. Send me invite link, copy invitation. There was a reminder email I could resend, I thought, somewhere. Ay. I've already signed up, so yeah, I've already done that. So let's see, if someone could please try to sign up and actually attend the webinar. I think I might have screwed up the registration process for some reason. That could have been because of the changed time. I don't know why that would do that, but it's basically saying there's no presenter there when I'm here in this particular room. So let's go with that. Again, I think I locked out some people that are in my group that don't seem to be able to get on. So we'll have to retest this again, unfortunately. But at least we have the Facebook live stream going on. Yep, Zoom logo. Yep, I see the Zoom logo on your Facebook screen. That's right, Alex. Yep. Dang it! I wish that wouldn't have happened. I wanted to get actual people in the actual Zoom room itself too. So please, if you can, sign up through that actual link itself, and let's see how this goes. Like you say, I think I messed up for whatever reason. Yep. Oh, it's working well. Yep. So I'm not sure what's going on with that exactly. Let me go ahead and just go through the actual page itself as far as actually, looks like people are commenting in other groups and stuff. Yeah, we're getting messages and all that stuff. Yeah. Didn't use ActiveCampaign with Zoom? Yes, I did. Yes, with Zapier. So I had to use Zapier for that particular integration. So if I want to get people who register for my Zoom account, I can use the Zapier account. The Zapier account has a free account, I think, for five Zaps. So you can connect 5 different apps via API together. So that's how I would have to set that up. All right. So, and there's Zapier right there. So let me show you. I think I'm bummed that I messed up the actual, I guess it's because I changed the date maybe, but I probably have a few people in my program, unfortunately, that are trying to log on to Zoom that can't get on the actual platform. So I'll have to do a retest next week probably of that and see what happened there. But that doesn't look like it's working on that end. So maybe don't change the link. Don't forget to change the AM to PM or the PM to AM before you do your Zoom webinar. I guess maybe the lesson here, we'll find out. So let me share my screen again, and I want to actually walk you through Zoom a little bit, kind of how I set this up. Again, I am recording this so I can give people the replays and stuff, and also be in the Facebook group. So basically, here's the back end of Zoom. Zoom.us is one of my favorite webinar platforms for conferencing, what I call conferencing. So conveying information, internal webinars where there's really not a focus on pitching or selling something. It's more of like, okay, I'm going to convey information. And the cool thing about Zoom is very stable. It's in real time, minus the Facebook feed's going to be a few seconds behind. But the actual webinar platform itself is in real time, and it's very stable. And the big thing for newbies is that it's very easy to set up. So it helps you get into momentum with webinar, using webinars, getting comfortable on camera and those type of things. So again, it's $15 for the actual conferencing package, and then it's another, I believe, $40 for the webinar package that I'm just testing right now, which just allows me to have 100 attendees live. So for $55 a month, if you don't think you're going to have more than 100 attendees, it could be a nice option for you. It's easy, it's safe, it's very quick to set up, although I seem to have managed to screw it up, I think probably by changing the time or something. I'll have to retest this. I'm going to do a retest next week, but really nice platform, very easy to set up, very clean. It allows you to stream to Facebook Live like I'm doing right now. It allows you to stream to YouTube Live, which I'm not doing right now because apparently you can't do both at the same time, it seems, at least that's my initial experience here. Which is a little bit of a bummer. I have about 1,700 subscribers on Facebook or on YouTube that I would like to be getting in front of as well. But we're learning as we go here, and so yeah, that's it. Basically, it's really easy to set up a webinar, although I somehow managed to screw it up. It's literally click, click, click kind of setup process. Here it is. So just schedule a webinar, and it's just name it, put a description, when it is. Don't forget this part because I seem to have screwed that up. Your time zone, basically that's it. And then you just schedule it, and that's it. Once you've scheduled your webinar, it's pretty basic. You'll just go into the actual page itself. You can edit anything. You can edit the description afterwards. It'll give you a link. You can share this. You can email this. You can share this on social media. This is what the page looked like when they actually registered. There's share buttons. You can put a little logo. Not a lot of branding. That's one of the negatives with Zoom, is that really, I think they're working on, I believe I've heard they're working on a lead pages integration so that you can use a lead page with Zoom, because they have a beautiful platform, and I'm really only showing parts of it. And it's very stable and easy, but some of the marketing features with Zoom aren't quite there as far as, nice registration pages, pixel, like Facebook pixel placement on pages and things is not there right now. Some of the integrations with your CRMs that many of us small businesses are using, like MailChimp, Aweber, Active Campaign, and those type of things aren't real clean. You need to use a service like Zapier. And that's what I actually did with when I was testing this for people that registered. In Zapier, you can actually set up a Zap that will actually take your Zoom registration links, your registrants, and actually place them on a particular list in Active Campaign, which is what I'm using. So you can get a free account over at Zapier.com, and I believe it gives you 5 Zaps. So I just grabbed a free account real quick and hooked that up. It seemed to work. So they seem to add people in as they go. So that's how you can connect. I think they have one with Aweber, and Infusionsoft, I believe, has a direct integration with Zoom. So Zoom can be a really good option. Like you see, there's a few possible. I haven't played with it too much. You might be able to embed a sign-up form on your own web page. I haven't looked at that yet. But that's kind of how that looks. And again, when people sign up here, I use Zapier to connect people to my actual Active Campaign in this case. And sort of that's basically it. It's super easy for newbies. So I'm excited to teach more about Zoom, because one of the biggest problems that newbies have as far as hosting webinars and using live video is actually getting momentum and just getting past the fear of just doing one. So that is going to be something that's exciting for me moving forward with Zoom. I really enjoy that. So again, it doesn't look like people can get on my actual Zoom. So a little bummed with that as far as that goes. Let's see how it's going here on the Facebook side of things. Anyone have any questions? Oh, looks like my picture's going crazy there. What's that about? Oh boy, I don't know if my Facebook feed just went bananas or what. Okay, that's not the best. Let's see, is that happening on all of the different groups? This is interesting. This is interesting. All right, let's see how this is going on. My whole feed just screwed right now. It doesn't look like it, just that one seemed like. So it looks like it's working now. Yes, with Zapier. So I'm over here in this group, Webinar Mastery Academy, broader open group. If I go into, the Webinar Mastery group, if I go into the Academy group, oh, there it goes, seemed to have cleared up there. So I'm not sure what it was, having a seizure almost or something like that during this training. So anyway, I think I probably screwed up the actual invite to get people on because no one is joining me, and I know there were a few people that were going to come. So I'll have to apologize later. Looks like if we go over to this group here, it's also streaming. So that's cool. Pretty cool tool to, and the cool thing about Zoom, if you're joining me late, is you can use some of their tools like, you can use some of their tools to teach and do things like that. So I'm going to run another test, I think probably next week, just to kind of test a couple of times before I actually mail to this and actually try to get a lot more traffic and stuff on these things. Let's see here. Which one was I doing? JohnSchumacher.com. Let's see how that's doing over there. So what I had to do is start with my actual fan page, which I don't put a lot of focus on normally, but this allowed me to share to the other groups. Looks like 95 people have reached us. Facebook is fine. Perfect. Maybe Zapier works best. Got to test. Yeah, Zapier does work, Alex. I don't know about the Optimized Press 2 integration. But yeah, Alex. Alex. Zapier does work with AC and Zoom. Yeah. It says Zapier will add people to a list. If you guys saw that earlier, I'm over at Zapier. You can get a free account for all of you on a tight budget, and then it'll give you 5 zaps where you can actually, basically what it does is, again, connects tools together online, connects applications together online via API connection, and allows you to have things talk to each other or send certain things or get certain notifications or all those type of things that, sometimes, one of the issues with the tools we use as online, creators and things like that is they don't talk to each other, and Zapier helps to bridge that a little bit. So, shoot, I'm bummed that I couldn't get anyone to actually come live here. I wanted to actually test the live room itself of actual Zoom. So I'm gonna have to send out an apology to a few people probably, and actually see how this goes. But anyway, if anyone has any questions, feel free to comment on the stream. I'm gonna hop off here in a second, and actually, before I do that, I want to show off Zoom a little bit more here, and actually show you guys some cool other pieces you can do real quick. So you can use your iPad. I don't have an iPad connected to it right now. I think it just uses like the AirPlay function in your iPad. It's over there. And so you can actually use like a stylus pen and actually draw through your iPad on through Zoom, and then stream Zoom through Facebook, it looks like. And so if you have like a Facebook group or something you want to teach in and you don't like the actual whiteboard, which is pretty good actually, you can actually stream through like an iPad application. I can't remember which ones I was using. I think it's Picture 53 I was looking at the other day, that will actually allow you to actually, do that stuff through your iPad. And it's a little cleaner, a little easier to write probably on than this. Sometimes it's a little harder to actually draw on this, but this is what it looks like. So let me draw for you here. So Zoom, again, it's a little hard to draw with your mouse. So Zoom goes to, so you can draw like processes. So it goes to your Facebook. It's a little clunkier. It'd be a little easier with a stylus pen or something like that. So your page. So you need to start with your page. and it doesn't look like it will let me stream to YouTube Live itself, which I'd rather be on Facebook. Facebook's kind of where the action is, right, with certain things, but I would like to test streaming to my YouTube channel. I wish I could do both. You have to stream to your page, and then you go to your groups. It looks like you can share to your groups. Again, there are tools out there that will allow you to syndicate your stuff, but I believe I've heard from smart people that they may have changed their terms and conditions to not want you to do that, because they don't want you to just spam your stream across a million different areas. I imagine that would probably piss people off over time. As marketers, we always ruin everything. So, but that's kind of how that would work as far as, your groups and things like that. You can use cool tools like I'm using right now. And if I go over and actually look at my slides, it's pretty cool, right? I can actually, I'm not screen sharing, but what I'm looking at is inside the groups now. Looks like I screwed that up. So it looks like you have to stay on the actual screen, otherwise it goes blank for a minute there. So anyway, pretty cool stuff. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So there I am back again. Anyone have any questions about this? This is kind of an experiment for me. Big takeaways. You can use Zoom and all of its tools inside of Facebook's live stream to bring in, teach, to use the whiteboard, to use the screen sharing functions, all of those pieces there. You can. It looks like it's smart to start from your fan page and actually share from there. If you have closed Facebook groups, it doesn't look like you can share outside the groups to other groups. So if you want to share to like multiple groups, as long as that's kosher with Facebook, I guess it is, you can actually, just like come into start on your page. Actually, Zoom will give you an option to actually connect to an actual page or group. Start with the page, and then you can look to share this out right here. Just go to share, and then you can share to actual pages that you manage, your own timeline, those type of things. If I wanted to get more people on, I probably have one of my biggest followings on just my personal profile. So I could share to my timeline as well, and then share in groups and share in those type of things as well. So I have to test that model itself. I guess we could test that, but sharing a friend's timeline, right? God, I would imagine you probably don't want to do that unless you want to just lose friends like crazy. Share in a private message, that's kind of cool, right? So who knows where this is going to go? I know there's abilities now to use Facebook ads as well to do. I think they're rolling that out as far as actually, boosting your streams. I haven't done that at all yet. It's kind of a newer thing for me, but I've heard that that is part of what's going on. So Sketchbook, yep. I'm sure anything you could use some kind of like app, Alex, on your iPad, and it looks like Zoom will connect right to that, and you should be able to use that through the Facebook feed. So that's pretty cool, right? I mean, so that's my big thing with Facebook Live is, I like doing more like conventional webinars because I like to just kind of teach and actually show people stuff instead of just like verbally tell people stuff like on camera. So I think this is one of the cool ways to do it with Zoom. Zoom, again, you do need their webinar package. I think I'm sharing my screen here. You do need their webinar package. And it is it's $15 to get their like meeting package, like their basic package, their pro package, and then $40 a month for their basic webinar package. So you do need the webinar package to stream live with it. It's $55. It would be a total of $55 a month for up to 100 attendees in Zoom's actual platform. So that's kind of cool. All right. Well, I'm going to let this go for now, and looks pretty cool. I'll probably be doing more of this as I, start doing more broader kind of teachings and stuff with that. I think it's a pretty cool feature. Looks like it's working well through Facebook. And so what I'll probably do, I'm going to do another test next week because I screwed something up with getting people to actually attend the Zoom room because I have 0 people here right now. I know there were at least a handful that were going to come test it with me. So, but I'll probably do another test next week to make sure that piece is working fine. I know it is. It's user error. It's this guy's fault right here, I'm sure. So, this is part of failing forward, learning how to figure things out, taking action. It's just part of it, getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, and making mistakes. And if people love you, they'll forgive you. and we'll go forward from there. So anyway, this is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do probably next week, I'll probably do another test, and then after I feel comfortable getting people live. Oh, looks like someone popped in. Oh yes, did it work? Ellen's on. Ellen, I want to promote you to a panelist. This is pretty cool. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, Ellen, you popped off. So someone was able to get through. Oh, there she comes. Yes, Ellen. Ellen, can you hear me? Oh, this is kind of cool. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I didn't know you could promote people too. So it looks like you can pull people who are in the audience onto the actual feed with you. So that's pretty cool. Ellen, you might have to turn your mic and your webcam on and your microphone and see how this works. But I can see all kinds of stipulations with this. This is pretty cool. And it's pretty low cost. I mean, Wirecast, I think, is $500 to start with, which is a little bit of a barrier. Ellen, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see your webcam.
Yeah, it says the host has stopped my video.
Oh, uh-oh. What did I do? I ruined it, huh? Let's see here. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let me see here. I want to, God, there's all kinds of stuff here I can do. Let's see here. I'm trying to get over, and it won't let me unmute your camera. It's showing me a more. Forbid recording, change to-dos, make host. Why is that not letting me? It's funny, when I mouse over it, it won't let me adjust your camera.
Huh.
It's like blocking my mouse from turning on your camera. That's weird.
Yeah, like I click on it, says you can't start your video because the host has stopped it.
There must be a setting on here or something.
Must be.
Let me, again, this is a newer scenario to me. The cool thing is we can do gallery views, so we're probably side by side. Let me check that real quick.
Yeah, from what I can see, it says Ellen McDowell written out beside your picture on one side.
Oh, is that what you're seeing? Okay, let me see here. Let me refresh that on this end. So there might be a setting or something on here. Let me. Were you having troubles logging into the actual webinar itself?
No.
Did you go through the old link or a new link? I resent
the one that is in the mastery group, the mastery closed group.
The one that I just posted?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I think I screwed this up. I probably have a few people that couldn't get on because I actually had 10 p.m. down instead of 10 a.m. And then I changed that. So I don't know if that's screwed. I was having problems logging in through my own because I signed up myself so I can see through my phone. So I think that's what I think I blocked a few people from getting in here, unfortunately. So I'll have to apologize. All right, so
yeah, I had one on the brain and got busy doing another project, so I forgot to look up at noon and join you on time.
Well, let's see here. Allow panelists to raise their hand. Allow panelists to start video. Let's try that. No. Lock meeting. Gosh, Ellen, it's not letting me try to. Oh, there it goes. There it came. Now it's working.
Hello.
So what happened there? Did it let you come on?
Yeah.
So
I guess when you said allow panelists to start video,
yeah,
I could click it and start it.
Allow panelists to start video. So there's a thing at the bottom under the more section that will actually allow me to do that, it looks like. So that's something to learn and do too. So now that we're side by side, otherwise you were seeing just me and you in the chat, right? Like, and you were. I put a screenshot in the Facebook Live conversation of what I saw on my side to where you can see it. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, it looks like you need to be able to allow just people to start their videos. So it looks like when you came on as a panelist, because you're now a panelist with me, and if we look at our Facebook group, and I'm going to probably do another one of these next week or something, just because I want to make sure that this works well. It looks like a screenshot. Yep, there you go. One.
Yeah, that's what I saw on my side.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see what it looks like when we're now on this together. Looks like I'm sharing my screen and that excludes you. So, okay, yeah. And then let's see, I'm going to stop screen share. I'm going to go back to us and let's see what this looks like on their end. So pretty cool though. I'm liking it so far. You know, I think this is a cool platform for certainly conferencing style webinars where you want to actually, just convey information. The cool thing is you can use, Zoom's tools through the live stream, so that's a pretty cost-effective way to do it. So let me see here. I'm kind of looking at, let's see, is this showing me now?
Yeah, and I checked out my live leak to see what they said about the terms of service with sharing the multiple groups, and I didn't see anything addressed yet.
You didn't see anything addressed yet? Yeah. Someone had said that there were, with LiveLeap, that's right, LiveLeap is the actual software. So it looks like it's panning back and forth when I'm looking at it. Can you look at it in the Facebook group, Ellen, and actually see if it's panning back and forth, or it looks like it's me and big screen, and then
That's right. So maybe if I talk, it goes to me talking.
Yeah, it will. Yeah.
But there's a little delay.
There's going to be about.
It's me talking.
There's going to be a delay through Facebook.
Yeah.
But not in Zoom itself. So let's see, gallery view. Oh, there it is. I just clicked gallery view. Now we should see us side by side in here. So actually, there it goes. See it? Now, if you look in the Facebook group, okay. It's me and you side by side now. So pretty cool. Pretty cool feature. I like it. And then you can do, I don't know how many people you can go up to. It's pretty, I think it goes up to more than even 4. So it could be kind of a crazy. And then try to share your screen, Ellen, and see what happens. Can you share your screen and see if it keeps my picture with your, let me check the settings here first and make sure you can do that. Allow participants to count, allow them to raise their hand. I think it should work.
Looks like it.
Let's see what it looks like when you share your screen.
Yeah, and what I am seeing is my screen, and then we're popped out on the right side of my screen, but I haven't seen it pop up on Facebook yet.
Yeah, I'm seeing like just your picture with a frozen screen now on
Facebook. Yep, it's frozen on Facebook.
So it seems to have frozen something. Now we're
I'll
back.
take it off real quick and make sure that we're not cutting people off. There.
Well, it's fine. This is just a big experiment, So we got a few people on my Facebook and things like that. So anyway, so it looks good, like side by side. I couldn't tell if you were sharing your screen or not, though. So I'll have to look. But pretty cool, man. I like it, huh? What do you think?
It is. I like it.
Yeah, it'd be a cool tool to use to kind of teach it at a broader scale, and kind of, because I like to have the whiteboards and stuff. So let me see what happens when I put the whiteboard up with both of us on there. So you should be able to see that.
Yep,
let's see what it looks like on this. Move this window away from the shared application. So if I don't stick with the screen, I think it goes black for some reason. So move this window away from the shared application. I don't know what that means. But yeah, so you should be able to look at my Facebook and see the actual whiteboard kind of drawing.
I see a thing that says, the whiteboard drawing is what I see. The Zoom Facebook page and groups.
Yeah. Yep. So that's pretty cool. And so, you can do all kinds of cool things, on the whiteboard as far as educating and teaching. And
now, if you're drawing, it's not. Oh, you're erasing. I can see you erase.
I'm erasing. Yep. So we can erase something and kind of work through that. You can also connect your iPad apps to it as well. So if you want to draw something more elaborate, you can do that as well. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You can play tic-tac-toe together virtually, right? Oops, not like that. It's a little clunky to draw on now, with your mouse or with your finger. That's why it'd be cool to have like kind of a stylus, kind of thing, so that you can draw on, because it's a little clunky, a little hard to do.
All right, I'm going to try requesting the remote control. Oh, you took it off.
Oh, did you want to test it for the?
Well, because you said we could play tic-tac-toe, and I was trying to figure out how you actually could.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's try it. I'm going to go first, though.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm going to take the middle because I have the best chance of.
Here's an annotate. Let's see what annotate is. All right. Draw. Sure can.
Look at that.
So that's with annotate.
Annotate. So you had an option on your screen to annotate, or is that at the bottom or the top, or was there some?
It was at the top.
So there was a notification for you.
Yes. Here, I'll take a view options. I'll take another screenshot.
So now I can go. So that's pretty cool, huh? So we could like remotely draw processes out. Like if you had a guest on,
coaching. Trying to get somebody to, like for me, I'm working with somebody who's trying to do an opt-in video email series.
Yeah.
You know, where I could say, okay, no, here in this middle of the series, we need to add.
We're going to have a cats game.
We are. We hope to do good.
That's good. So, all right, we got a cats
All
game. Pretty cool though. But yeah, I mean, think about the coaching implications. What I'm going to do with this, Ellen, is I screwed up the actual, is requesting remote control of your shared copy, approve. What I'm going to do actually with this is I'm going to start doing like mini webinars to my broader list just to kind of get visible and teach and build goodwill. And I have Zoom hooked to Zapier, and that actually connects to ActiveCampaign, so there can be a little list building and sharing through the social apps. But basically, I want to test this a couple times. Then I'm going to like mail my whole, like not my whole list, but a good part of my list to it. Because I have up to 100 people that can get registered, so I'll need a bigger account than that if I want to go bigger. But I might just test it for that and just kind of see how it goes. And if I think this one's 40. The one to get 500 is about 140 a month.
Okay, so this is 40 a month to do 100.
To do 100 people. Well, it's 40 plus the 15 that for your conferencing account. So it's about $55 total for this program. You know, Wirecast is certainly another option. I think it's around 500 for their basic package. But this, I mean, I already had Zoom. I like Zoom. It's stable. It's easy for non-techies to get on and use. And you know, even when I think one of the things I need to do a better job of teaching is how to get people into momentum a little bit, and just even, you know, even though Zoom lacks some of the marketing features of other programs, it's still pretty cool, you know. So looks like Lou's on. Lou, come join us. I know you got a video.
Then we can see how 4 people look. There we go.
Lou, you got your mic on, buddy. Turn your mic on.
How's that?
Here he is. My guy, Lou. Yeah, man, I didn't know you were hanging out. Sorry, we were blabbing away.
No, I just got here because I just finished a BeLive.tv.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to look at that too, BeLive.tv.
I've been liking the BeLive because I like how they schedule and then they do a post for you that reminds people you're going to be on. So then they can save the notification.
Yeah, so
I do a BeLive on Thursdays. It's 2 my time, so I think that must be noon your time, John?
Yeah, I'm Pacific time, so anyway.
Yeah, Thursdays at 2 Central time. I'm gonna do one.
But cool.
So if you do a BeLive, it's still a Facebook Live, so you could theoretically do it this way on Zoom, right, John?
You know, this is what I'm playing with because I like the teaching tools that Zoom has, right? And so like whiteboard, like we've been playing with, screen sharing.
We play tic-tac-toe.
I can actually give her remote control and we can have 2 people working on the whiteboard at the same time. Cool. You know, obviously screen sharing is great for education-based stuff, especially in our world. I mean, we're all, you know, in the social technology kind of, you know, marketing world. So, you know, that's a pretty neat feature. So that's what I was hoping to test and discover with Zoom. I like the fact that I can, you know, it's a webinar platform, so I can you know, I can mail my list to it, and I have 100 people I can get on with this account that I have now. And then there's sharing buttons on the registration page so that we can build a little bit of sharing and encourage that to build your list a little bit.
Yeah.
You can even retarget people from your Facebook live streams and stuff, so you can build retargeting audiences while you do this as well. But the main thing I like with Zoom is the teaching features and stuff, because I don't want to just do like the talking head. I want to actually show people. And so what I'm going to do is start doing internal webinars to my list, mailing people to it to come live and be in the Zoom room. And at the same time, you know, I have, you know, I don't know, maybe 1,500 people in groups and stuff that I can share on my page and figure and build your retargeting audience at the same time, and also a little bit of list building. So I'm going to test that. But this is just sort of an initial kind of like stumble through it kind of test.
And I jumped in very late, but I assume the only real catch with this is that you have to have the webinar version of Zoom to do the live piece, right? Yeah,
so it's $15 for their conferencing pro package and $40 for up to 100 attendees.
Okay. So I have the $15 version. I would have to upgrade to get the Facebook Live piece of it.
Yes. Yeah. So for an extra 40 a month, you could use Zoom, and it looks like it. I mean, we're looking at. I don't know if you were. Were you looking at some of the other groups, Lou? I can screen share if you want, and we can see.
So it's going to Facebook.
So if you look at here's us. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's us.
Mm-hmm.
This is on my fan page.
Oh wow.
So I started with my fan page, and then what I did was, and it looks like you can even, it's unavailable. Live broadcast cannot be promoted. I thought there were ads that coming out that would boost your live broadcasts too.
Yeah. Maybe if you do it from your business page?
I'm not sure. It's something I'll have to research a little bit. But I mean, if you were doing like a big, like let's say you're doing a book promo or something, right? And you're like, let's post it, simulcast it, syndicate it as many places as we can, and then let's use an ad to like try to get everybody to see it. That would be kind of cool, right? But I don't know if that's available yet or not. I need to research that. But where is the invite? Yeah, okay. So anyway, yeah. So here's my fan page, and then I also shared it with my groups.
Okay.
So you can come down here. So I can't share out of a closed group,
Right.
At least it seems that way, but I can come in here from my fan page and I can share this, on my timeline. You could bug the shit out of your friends, maybe. Like, I'll post it on Lou's timeline or something. I don't know how that's legal, but you could share in a group that you manage. You can even private message people But so I don't know what Lively can do. Apparently, that syndicates it across pages and groups. Is that right?
Yeah.
And so Facebook's terms and conditions allow that, because there seems to be some rumors about that not being the case.
It's a good question.
2 weeks ago, my Lively did go to my page and all my groups.
In real time?
I don't know that the one that I did this week syndicated correctly. So I don't know if that was a Lively glitch or a change in Facebook terms.
Say that again. It didn't work this time.
It didn't syndicate the one that I did Friday or yesterday.
I've heard that Wirecast has also made adjustments to that, because I believe, and I haven't used it myself. This is again just kind of what I've heard or read about, that they had to make some changes too because of Facebook's terms and conditions. So that might be something we need to look at. What I did right now is just sort of this manual workaround where I literally like went and shared it in 3 groups, that I manage, and so it's working. Like if I go over to my other groups. Like I have one, like the Webinar Mastery open kind of group has like 1,200 people in it or something. Oh, it looks like my ads are showing.
So it's gone in real time, right?
So it's in real time. This is in the open group, so this is, this is the Webinar Mastery group. Like it's just the open kind of, or it's a closed group, but it's sort of a public group for like, non-paid people. So it's showing right here now. Like this is, so it's actually simulcasting, kind of multicasting to different areas. It's got the little Zoom logo at the bottom, And so if I change it, like if you keep an eye on the group, you can actually screen share different things. Like, if I screen share my whiteboard, you should be able to see that in the group now.
Yeah.
And I can even play tic-tac-toe again, like Ellen and I did. It's a little hard to write in, Lou, because it's kind of, but you could hook your iPad up to it and do some kind of an iPad stylus drawing tool. Yeah. So Lou, try to actually, what was it again, Ellen? It was at
the top of the screen. There's view options.
Okay. Annotate.
Did you draw that, Lou?
Yeah.
That was you. So it looks like you, let's see. Can I keep drawing now? I think so. Let me see. Oh, here we go. So, and Ellen, can you do it too? Let's see. Can we get 3 people, 3-way tic-tac-toe? I think that would be a cat's game probably, but.
Yeah, really.
Yep, she did. So that's pretty cool, right? Like we can collaborate, draw. I think you guys could even, I can give you remote access to my browser too. So like if I wanted you to like build something for me in front of me, Lou, like, I can give you, like, let me try that. So there's a thing at the top. Do you all see that remote control, or is that only on my screen? Like if you go up to the little like menus at the top.
Request remote control.
Yeah,
So try that. So Ellen is requested. I'm going to approve. Now you don't log into my stuff. And what about you, Lou? Can you request or?
Sure.
Try it. Now you guys are going to take over the show here. Improve. Now try. I don't know. What do we? Let's see here. What do I do here? Oh yeah, you guys have control of my mouse now.
Oh, that's weird.
So Ellen, can you do it, or is it just who's moving?
I think it switched it over to Lou.
To Lou. So it can only be one person at a time. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Lou, you're playing around right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll give it back. There. Give up remote control. Okay.
And then it goes back to me. And then let's give it. Looks like there's an arrow for Ellen there. Ellen, try to take remote control now. So this is great for clients. Imagine if you could build it things for them, right?
Yeah.
Like set up their video for them, Lou, or something, like, hey, let's get on Zoom.
Right.
Let's use remote control, and they'll actually, build it with you in front of you, during the session. So let me give Ellen approval.
And you can share your iPhone or iPad with this as well, right? Just like regular Zoom.
Yeah. Yep. That was a feature. That was an option. If you click on screen share, I don't know if you click on screen share, you should be able to see that as an option. It should say iPhone, iPad.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay. And I think if you click on it, Ellen just took over my screen.
There, I'll give it up.
Give it up. There we go. Good deal. But yeah, so if you click on that and you try to screen share, I think it gives you did I just blow it up? No, there it is. So you see, it plays over, looks like you select AirPlay. I haven't done this yet, but I don't know if you need a separate app to actually, like a Reflector app or something, but.
Yeah.
But
I usually just do it from AirPlay, and that way I can say, okay, because if I'm doing something, like I'm doing the Facebook Live challenge and I'm showing folks, here's how it looks on your iPhone, or here's how it looks on your whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm able to share that within Zoom.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. So Zoom is definitely oops, like we got somebody in the chat there. Let's see, from Ellen to all panelists, hi. So you put in the chats. Lou, when you joined this, Lou, did you join through an old link I sent you or a new one? Because I think I screwed up the actual link. That was my fault.
I just clicked on the latest email that you sent.
So I resent them. So I think I blocked out about at least 2 or 3 other people that wanted to come, because what I did was I actually had it set for 10 p.m.
Oh yeah. I'm like, that's like 1 p.m. my time.
Like, he's crazy.
You really just wanted to test it and do the overnight.
Yeah, I thought you were going underground. Like, okay, nobody will see this.
Yeah, I'm really nervous. No, I don't care. So yeah, another thing to note with this is that it looks like you can only stream to either Facebook or YouTube Live, but not both.
Okay.
I was looking at that. I wanted to see if I could go to my YouTube at the same time as Facebook, but it looks like if I go to the left-hand corner, I have to stop the live stream on Facebook and then probably start it on YouTube. So that's a bummer, kind of. But hey, Still, Facebook's probably the main, main focus for where people's eyeballs are.
Yeah.
So
cool. Well, thanks for doing this. I got to jump because Rocco's scratching at the door.
Yeah, no problem. So anyway, I'll probably do another test, for the group next week, and then I'll probably try to, if it works well and I don't screw up the actual Zoom part of it, then I'll probably try a larger one with my broader list.
Cool. All right. Well, keep blazing the trail. Have a good weekend.
Bye, Lou.
Bye, Ellen.
Bye. So let's see. Can you bounce off, Lou, or stop video, pin video? There we go. Okay. All right, Ellen. Well, I guess that's good for now. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I wonder how, because social media, marketing, they're streaming, I think, on both Facebook Live and YouTube. I wonder what they're using.
I don't know. There's some kind of third-party tool, probably. I don't know if we can connect it through Zoom to actually.
Maybe that they're just using OBS or something.
They might be, like, live stream is a big one, right? For professional level sports and big companies connect into them. Live stream is
a little bigger than me right now.
They're big, and so you can use like Wirecast or OBS, or a combination of these tools to create that whole thing. So there's ways you can do it, definitely. I just wanted to see what Zoom was like.
Yeah.
And pretty reasonable, because I think for a lot of people, it's affordable enough. It's a little bit expensive, but for the because Webinar Jam or something's like like 400, 500 like up front,
Right.
where this is like, okay, I can start at $55 a month and I can
So if I
start
try it
getting,
out for 6 months to test
yeah.
it.
And it still lacks a lot of the list building features and stuff. That's why I really wasn't recommending it, because
or the sales. I mean, because there's no way to.
How do you sell to your? I mean, you could probably put that's a good point. Like I could probably put, let me put this in.
It's in the chat, but that you're getting back to the.
And you can share your slides. You can screen share your slides and things like that, right? And you can, but you'd have to give like a special link or something. To do it. Oops, I'm trying to get my URL for my current promotion going on here.
I just like the fact that it's one button. Press that button and go to my page. I don't have to type anything in.
So we could put a link in like I did there, and that will click through to a sales page or an offer button. You could do a Samcart link or an offer button or something like that, right there on the spot.
Right.
So
okay. Yeah, when it opened, I could go to it.
Yeah, so that could be an option. But yeah, there's no order pop-ins and stuff like that. I mean, Zoom really wasn't designed for marketing. It was more of a conferencing platform. So that's why I wasn't really recommending it for like list building and sales webinars and stuff like that. But for internal webinars, where it's kind of like the goal is just information and getting visible and streaming and things, I think it's great, So I don't know. We'll see. I've never tried to sell anything from it. So
I think like once you've got people in, it's good for the coaching and the day-to-day. But I still think Webinar Jam for the doing the presentation and marketing to them and saying, go press that button right here.
It certainly has more marketing features. It's just for me as a webinar trainer, it's like 60% of the market has never done a webinar, and they're like afraid of the technology. And just to get them started, I think I'm going to focus more on creating a kind of an introductory offer that's going to tell them, how to use Zoom really fast, or how to use Facebook Live, or how to use, YouTube Live, for free, and set your first webinar up in 15 minutes and just get started. And then you can upgrade from there. Yeah. Because people get stuck on that. I think if they get a little momentum, then they'll start getting excited.
And the non-tech savvy can figure out Zoom pretty well.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's cool.
And they're not going to have the frustration of, there's still little tweaks with Webinar Jam that if it's not exactly right, it's getting better, but there's every once in a while.
People are having problems with it, those kind of things, especially non-techies. Even people that are fairly tech savvy, have been having some things. So I know I had a couple glitches on mine. I had a bigger webinar last week, and there was a couple people who hit the reconnect button that got completely kicked out and had to restart the webinar. So I was like, oh, crap, So there's a couple people that weren't happy with me, but hey.
Well, you can't control the technology.
You do your best,
Yep.
So. All right. Thanks for hopping on, and so I hope for the next one.